Today, I want to talk of the real secret to a business that moves without a force. And this life is for you if you are the woman who's outgrown being the sales system, being everything in your business, and you're ready to move from this real CEO energy, queen energy, if you don't want to be all over the place anymore and you realize that scaling is going to come from different moves. So let's talk about this today because I know so many women, and every single day I see women who are brilliant coaches, and you consider yourself as a coach, but you're no longer just the coach, and you were doing so many things to make this. Look, the number doesn't matter whether you're making 10k months or 30k months or even 50k months. I have clients who are making 100k and 200k per year, but they're still every single thing in the business. This means that every sale still depends on you, that you are the funnel, the follow up, the voice note, the energy source, and you're already working too much, holding too much, thinking too much if you wish. You're not getting out of your head. And I know this because I have been there as well. And deep down, you know, this pace isn't sustainable. You need a different force. Even the best strategy at some point stops working. You want these high cash months on autopilot. You want to scale without turning into a full-time salesperson, a full-time OBM, and you're ready to lead, to be your own, to stop being your own backend, and to stop being everything in your business. Because what you see is that you're getting this strategy, that strategy, you know they work. This strategy bring millions for her, for other coaches, but there is something that's missing. It brings you results, but you're exhausted, you're not feeling in your power, you're feeling as if you're catching each and every trend, yet your sales are inconsistent or unsustainable. And moreover, you're drained. You're like, I don't want to be the content girly anymore. Content feels like a chore. I'm not even speaking from my voice and energy anymore. I'm not speaking to my ideal client anymore because you're using someone else's blueprints. And although they could bring in the money, you're not feeling in that CEO energy. You're not feeling in that queen energy. No one told you that becoming the CEO means becoming anchored in your power, not buried in more strategies, blueprints, success schemes that work for someone else. And this is your moment. If that's you, you're in the right room. Let me know in the comments if this lands. Feel free to ask any questions. Put an emoji if you are live with me, or put hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. And let's dive in. Because it's not the funnel that's missing, probably, or the reels, or the launching plan. This what I'm talking about is you. It is in you. That is the force that is moving and scaling your business without the hustle energy, without force. This is the power. It is in how you hold yourself when no one's clapping yet. It is in how you sell when you feel like shaky. It is in how you lead when the outcome isn't guaranteed. it is in how you launch that offer that comes from within you, and you know it's going to transform your clients' lives. It's the inner belief, it's the conviction that you have, it's owning your earned power. And I want to give you 3 points today to think on, which are extremely important, especially if you are in the scaling phase. And again, I'm saying, I'm repeating that the number doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are scaling from 10k months to 50k months, or from 50k to 200k months, because I see this is being done by all kinds of online entrepreneurs, despite the niche, regardless the size of your business. And I see both men and women falling for this because of you're watching at someone else. And while these people, this coaching space and whoever can give you the most winning strategy, if your conviction, if your energy is not into it, it's going to be very difficult for you, and it's not going to bring this sustainable result you're pushing so hard for. So let's start with the 3 points. Feel free to take something to write and share in the comments if this lands for you. So point number 1, your conviction will outperform any strategy, because truthfully your strategy probably isn't broken right now, but the energy behind it, what you're doing right now, how you're doing it, it might be scattered. Not because you're confused, no. You're a woman of integrity, you're leading, you're running your team, you have successful launches, so you're not confused. That's not the problem, you're not the problem. But it is because you're exhausted from holding it all and not infusing your power, your voice, your true voice inside of this strategy, inside of this content template. And right now your business doesn't feel like a system, it feels like a performance that only works when you are on. And you perfectly know that premium buyers aren't buying your performance. They're buying your presence, they're buying you, if you wish, let's say it that way. You're always selling yourself first, meaning the woman who you are being, the transformational field. It's the air around you. This is what you're selling first, always. And when it's rooted in your conviction, and you're just, I know who I am, I know what I bring to the table, I am the fucking table, right? So your knowing, your energy, your conviction, your state, it's unshakable. That's the unshakable, I am the one energy that no strategy can fake. Especially now when AI can write your content, tweak your funnels, even mimic your voice. What your ideal client is really paying for is the frequency of your lived experience. Because you know, ChatGPT or whatever AI tools you're using, yes, they can do the work for you, the operational work, but they're only giving you this output depending on your input. It depends what you're telling ChatGPT. It is how you're telling, what your voice is, what your inner desires are, how you're transforming lives, your transformational field, and then you're going to get that exact output, that exact messaging that is rooted in you. And your ideal client, your premium buyer, is paying for this frequency of your lived experience, or what I call earned power. This is when you sell yourself first. You might be even teaching your ideal client how to use AI, but unless you teach them this as well, it's going to flop very quickly. And the thing is that you decide that this works and how it works, and then it moves. So that's the real currency, not the tactics, but the exact transmission. And that exact transmission, that high level transmission that is going to attract premium buyers and make them throw their cart at you, is your conviction. You're not proving who you are anymore. You're not proving, you're not convincing. You're like, you know what? This is what I do. This is how I do it. Welcome to my world. But you're staying firm in your power. Even when you're in soft feminine energy, you have this CEO, this queen energy that is attracting. It is the attractive element. And I perfectly know this because I have lived it many times. I remember a situation where I was almost literally counting coins in the morning, and that same afternoon closing high ticket sales. Was it because my conviction was conditional around my bank account amount? No, it wasn't. Why? Because your bank account is not a validation of your expertise, your experience, your self-concept, your self-belief. Also, if you are health and wellness coach, right now you might not be in your perfect form, perfect body, but you know how to read the labs, you know how hormones work, and you can translate this frequency to your clients. Again, it is in your self-concept, self-belief. And your conviction in your work and your methodologies is this unshakable reason premium buyers choose to pay you for. For example, last week I had a stomachache and a headache, and I stayed in bed until 2 p.m. feeling like a total crap. Was I in my queen energy or feeling like selling? Totally no. Yet people were still reaching out and buying. Without me being on, I was laying in bed with a terrible headache. And I had sales. Because my conviction lives in every single word I write, in every single live that I'm doing, in my profiles as a whole, and regardless of my audience size. Audience size doesn't validate your state, your conviction, your self-concept. Once again, I have made much more money when I had smaller audiences. Sorry, do you see me? Yes. So this is in your feeling. This is how you know I'm worth it. And that's it. Your CEO character, CEO archetype, is built when no one's watching and when things are crap. And strategy matters. But it only works when you're steady in your power. When you can step out of your head, see clearly what's working, what's not working, and pivot from your unique brand, your experience, your expertise, and your own conviction. This is not copy and pasting content templates, ChatGPT prompts without, I'm not saying anything bad about it. The thing here is, this Nuance. Okay, you can use them. Yes, save time. I'm not saying don't use AI. Chat GPT is my best friend. But here the thing is, infuse it with you, your beliefs, your mission, your vision, your values. Your conviction needs to be felt in every single thing you're doing. And once again, your CEO character is built exactly when the launches flop, a client ghosts you, your bank account dipped but you still showed up polished, poised, professional, knowing your worth and what you can do for these people. You listen to them, you speak to their needs, desires, and the transformation they are expecting, their next identity level. And when the high ticket sale hits after a total breakdown day, not because you were in this magnetic feminine flow or just show up and sell, but because you're anchored in what you carry. That is the CEO energy. That is going to make you multi 5-figure sales, multi 6-figure sales, multi 7-figure sales. It is when you forget that your stories bump and you post anyway. When you're sleep deprived and you still show up in power. When you could crumble, but instead you choose to lead. It's not about being unshakable. Let's be honest. There is no business where there are no downs. It's about choosing power over panic. It's about choosing pivoting instead of doing one and the same. That doesn't give you the result you want. It's about choosing leadership, yourself, your conviction, your earned power over and over again. And this woman is you. You're building a brand that bends but doesn't break. Not because of hustle, but because of this conviction. And the strategy will work not when you're burnt out and bleeding into every piece of content, but when you know who you are and what you offer. When you stop flailing and start leading. And this is not because strategy doesn't matter. You will never hear me saying this thing. I cannot live without a strategy, without an intention, without a clear plan. I cannot live without having my CEO plan. I cannot. And that's not only because I come from corporate and I learned how to build a real brand and business with all the calculations, with all the predictions, with all the work that I have to do. It's because I have this queen energy and this CEO archetype inside of me since I was a little child. And it's that the strategy works because you're stable in your power. It's when you're able to get out of your head, see what's working and why, see what's not working and why, and be able to shift it. And this is going to happen to you many times. You're going to see that there are moments when you're already quantum leaping, but your business still can't catch up. You still need to change the systems. You need more support. You need someone who is going to be your executive assistant, or you need an OBM or VA. You need to change the sales system and stop being the sales system. Because in your head you're the CEO, you're the leader, you're the visionary, you're the one who is having this transformational field that is transforming your clients' lives, but your business might not be catching up yet. So this is what you need to analyze. Have I quantum leaped already? How do you know it? You know it when everything that was working suddenly is not working anymore. Everything that served you suddenly is bringing zero result anymore. Many of your clients feel it feels like we are not a match anymore, although you had great cooperation together. Even your partners, something is off, and there is nothing significant that happened for you to say, okay, that's not working anymore. So what happened? You went on the next CEO level, and it is time for you to reinvent, to embrace your new CEO energy, and to infuse it in your current field. When you have the power to analyze your workflow, your strategy, what you're doing, what is no longer serving you, again, there might be no real visible reason, you just feel it. The results are not what it used to be, or it just doesn't feel okay anymore. It served you till it didn't. When you analyze how are you doing it, where do you need help, where are the leaks, and you strategize. Okay, your field changed, you're in a new quantum field already. But then comes the next thing. Let me analyze. And you take your CEO days, you check your conviction, you check your plans, you check your vision, you put everything on paper or in a Google sheet or an Excel sheet, whatever you're using, so you can see the big picture, and you can say, okay, these price points are no longer relevant. I have evolved so much. I no longer want to do low ticket launches. I want to sell high ticket, high level masterminds. I want to optimize my offer stream, how my offers are set up. I want to retire 5 of my offers and leave just 3 main offers. And you strategize, you plan it, and you start doing it. But that comes from your conviction, the earned power, meaning owning all your achievements, not only in business terms, but in terms of what you have been through. All the nights that you couldn't sleep, all the trial and errors, because if we are very transparent and honest, there is trial and error in business. Maybe you have undercharged for way too long and it is time to stop doing it. Maybe you're going to strategically add some kind of low ticket offers as an entry level point that you didn't have. Or maybe you're going to completely stop doing low ticket and you're going to start selling only high level masterminds. That comes from your earned power and vision. Not just when you're following someone else, but being able to find yourself, your brand, your voice, and knowing your brand and the pivot. This is the experience and conviction that will make you millions, attract your soulmate, or whatever you want. Make your dream body. Let me know in the comments if this lands for you. So this was about conviction and CEO energy. The next thing I want to talk about is how and when your business is going to really scale. After you have done all this inner work, the CEO work, and it comes to stepping into translating this into your world, what I told you, your business needs to catch up with your new quantum level, new quantum field. So your business scales when your back end systems your sales system and your day-to-day operations, what you're doing, where your hours and your energy is going, when these backend systems can hold your energy even when you need to pause. Because in order to be in this CEO level energy, this queen energy, into your quantum field, we can call it whatever, you can't do this calmly if the operational work in your business is waiting for you every single day. Being a CEO isn't about having a big team or a six-figure funnel. It's about how you build a business that supports your actual life. Even when you're bleeding, even when you're tired, even when you're dreaming into your next level and don't want to be on, the business of your dreams doesn't grow from forcing content or chasing momentum. It grows when you lead from your quiet power. When your backend holds you like you hold your clients, and this means you have a sales system that guarantees daily income. When you no longer panic if you need to stop for 3 days, for a week, to refine your vision, to be with yourself, to take your time for yourself, a space where you could stay calm and re-strategize, pivot, analyze. And you know sales will still come, not because you're pushing, but because your presence was built into that sales system. This is point number 3. And it is not about bro funnels or bro marketing. It's not about fake urgency. It's about, this, just a steady current of support that matches your essence. And I have built these systems way before it became my signature program, the 7-Figure Sales Engine. After more than 11 years across corporate, startups, coaches, therapists, health and wellness coaches, relationship coaches, there is one pattern that is always one and the same, regardless the size of your audience, your income, or your energy. Even high achieving women are still stuck in broken or patchwork systems. And even global industry leaders are in the same situation. And believe me when I'm saying this, I'm telling you this from experience. This is not a program that I took from somewhere and recreated it. These strategies that I'm teaching you in the 7-Figure Sales Engine are something that I knew it was working best way before it became a structured program. Because they were making money not from power. These business owners, coaches, and entrepreneurs in different enterprises, they were making money not from ease, not from flow. And I created these structures to let powerful women scale without abandoning yourself. Because I have been there. I have been giving 100% of me, even more, to my clients. They were making millions, but I was not. Because I was busy building their sales system, but not my own. So that's why I created this system that is easy to implement, that gives you only the winning strategies without the trial and error. And tomorrow I'm going to show you what that looks like. not in a training, not in a strategy call, but in a moment of activation. Tomorrow I'm going live inside of my vault, my secret vault, where you're invited. You can just DM me vault and I will let you in. And this life is going to unlock something in you that is not going to be random. As I told you, I have worked inside almost every type of business model over the last 11 years, regardless if it's corporate starting coaches or coaching empires already, niche startups, multi-million-dollar brands. And without automation and without replacing yourself as the sales system, you're not able to step into your CEO energy to grow your company's vision, movements. Even with one automation, even with a funnel here and there, even if you have a team or a VA or OBM or a fancy website and email setup, in all these cases, their sales system wasn't functioning properly. Because in many of these cases, and this is the most common, that's why I'm sharing it with you, your backend is either clunky, disjoint, or entirely dependent on your presence. And that was the reason I created the 7-figure sales engine. And as I told you, these strategies were serving me and my clients long before it became a program. These strategies were built behind the scenes when I was refining what actually works across all these industries and income levels, so premium buyers could flow and come to you on a repeat without pressure or presence required. And this is exactly what I'm going to be sharing tomorrow. In this free live, you're going to learn the number one mistake that's secretly keeping your income capped, even if you are at 50k months, how to move from being the sales system to leading one that works without you, the full anatomy of a backend that turns browsers into buyers before you even say a word. They find you today, even when you are sick in bed and not online. They find you, they see your profile, and they're messaging you, how can I work with you, or just buy from the links that you have on your profiles, without you moving a finger. And this is the exact structure that took many of my clients from always in the DMs, always doing manual outreach, to 71k weeks, to doubling the sales in 30 days without launches or sales calls. You're also going to learn how to blend these silent sales strategies with your feminine energy, so your backend sells like you, as if it is you. And this is your blueprint for a business that doesn't burn you out. If you want to scale without sacrificing your body, creativity, or peace, and you want to be able to be in this CEO, this queen energy, stop being stuck in the sales system, this is for you. This is for the woman, for the awakened woman who knows, I can't keep doing business like this. This is for you if you are a coach who is in the growth phase, even if you are making multi-six figures and your income looks good, The client results are real. You have an automation here and there. You have heard of funnels, and yet you're still holding the business together with your mind, soul, and body, with your energy, and you're still glued to your phone. You're still the sales system, still the insurance policy in case the funnel flops. It's not that you don't have a system, it's that your system is stitched together from survival, not designed to scale. And if that is hitting, you're in the right room. Because as I told you, I have not built that program, the 7-figure sales engine, from theory. I built it from necessity and from seeing exactly what was working and what was not working across industries and sizes of businesses. I lived it, tested it, burnt it out a couple of times and rebuilt it again until I matched the exact level that a powerful woman like you actually needs to scale sustainably. Tomorrow I will walk you through that shift, so you not just you make some money, but you finally feel your business is holding you, not haunting you. If you're ready to stop selling from pressure and start scaling from your own conviction, power, voice, and you want to enter that CEO level and stop being the whole sales system and the whole operations of your business, DM me Vote and join me for this. This is going to be the second live from a 5-part live series inside my Vote. You're going to get instant access to the last live and also access to the other 3 lives that are upcoming. It's not about being perfect, it's about becoming the woman who keeps building anyway. So if all of these hits you, welcome inside the Vote. I'm going to go live tomorrow at 12 p.m. UK time, and I'm going to break all this down deeply. Thank you for being with me. Feel free to DM me even if you are catching the replay. Show me some love in the comments with emojis or questions. See you tomorrow inside the Vote. Enjoy your day. Thank you.